So the game is hours away, so top tip for a win.
I'm going to go with the man in form, Mark Goodwin.
I'm going for Annette Oberstad, because she just scares the life out of me in any game I fancy her in.
That's Praz Bansi and Ross Boatman.
Really? Yeah. Ross Boatman, you say? Curious choice.
What do you think the chances are today?
I think it's nailed on. It's an absolute guarantee that I'm busting out in the first half an hour. I don't know. I've got no idea. I mean, I haven't had a chance. I've literally walked in the door. I haven't had a chance to see who's here, but I imagine it's a very tough field. So I don't know.
Well, there's 203 players, so I reckon I've got about a 1 in 203 chance of winning the tournament.
I think they're pretty good. I like my chances.
0. I don't know. They're not big, like 10%.
I think they're pretty good. I've been running pretty good in the tournaments lately, so I'm very excited.
I also want to be on the future table, Tor Brunson.
Chips, 60-minute clock. How long before someone manages to knock themselves out?
I'm going to go low. I'm going to go for like 35 minutes.
I'm going to say 1 hour, 38 minutes.
How many chips you got there? 2,000?
Got about 18 and a half, so okay. Haven't really had a hand yet.
What do you think your chances are now for the tournament?
I always think I'm going to win.
I've seen 1 or 2 fairly agonising flops, turns and rivers just now. One poor guy went out with a hand that was unbelievable.
Can you take me through the last hand you just played in that knocked you out?
The one that I played badly? Well, guy in seat 3, I think, raised it to 500 and the guy in seat 4 called. And I made it 1,600 and the guy called in seat 4. So it was a very bad, good flop I thought for me. And he checked, I bet 4,000, so I was committed. I had a pair of jacks. And the flop was 926, I think. So he went all in, I called. He had the old kings. It's just one of those things.
I'm here with one of the biggest names in poker who sadly has exited the English Poker Open, Phil Hellmuth. Phil, never an easy task for someone to do the exit interview, but tell us a bit about the way you exited now.
Yeah, I'm a little frustrated because normally I'm not motivated to play in tournaments other than, like World Series of Poker tournaments. And I really wanted to do well. I'm kind of motivated because I haven't played for a couple months, and so disappointed. I had ace-king, the other guy had 2 queens. We got it all in before the flop. And, but there was only about 10,000 there. It would have gotten me back to above starting stack. That's a little disappointing, but it's okay.
And how had the last few hours gone for you generally? Had a good time or not much in the way of cards? What would have been the profile of the game so far for you?
I put myself at risk. I was playing a lot of hands and things, when you start playing a lot of marginal situations, it can go either way. And I was just at 10,000, lost a bunch of chips, and I felt like, all right, I finally had everybody kind of set up. It looked like I had nothing, and I picked up ace-king, and I was so happy to get it all in there. And but then he rolled over queen. So.
And what was the kind of the general makeup of the table? Any really great players? Any really kind of easy to profile players?
People were playing pretty well, I'd say. I had Sean Deeb to my right. He was pretty aggressive. I did play one big pot against him where he limped in with ace-6 in the small blind. I raised with king-9, and he moved in for 3,000 more. And I called him with king-9. I thought he was weak. He was weak, but he had me beat. It came ace-9-3. I would have lost some chips that hand, but probably not as many as I lost. So that's okay. I mean, I'm supposed to lose that one, but.
And I'm assuming this is your first trip up here to Dusseldorf?
Yeah, this is my first trip to Dusseldorf.
And what do you make of the place?
I like it. I heard it was pretty nice, and it is pretty nice.
Half the field are on their dinner break now. We've already lost 43 players, 2 particularly big names, Annette Oberstad and Phil Hellmuth. One piece of good news for Phil Hellmuth, though. Earlier on, he got to meet the Queen.
One is all in.
A straight flush? I gotta tell you something. To my knowledge, this is not a setup. You can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you.
Be quiet a moment.